It appears based on the trailer that she did say no to Mamma Mia, like, whatever, 2.
Yeah, well, that's true. She's smart, but yeah.
Here she won't go again.
So there are a few old dogs in these races. If you'll forgive that phrase.
I don't think
I'm
they
sure.
will.
I'm sure
Yeah.
she will. I'm sure she'll totally forgive you. But go on.
No disrespect to the great Meryl Streep. No disrespect to the great Daniel Day-Lewis.
Right.
And no disrespect to the great Denzel Washington. All three of them are nominated in prime categories. Streep for The Post, Best Actress. Daniel Day-Lewis, Best Actor for Phantom Thread. And Denzel Washington for the little scene, Roman J. Israel Esquire. Is this the last time we're going to see these three people at the Oscars, given the length of their careers? And we know Daniel Day is stepping back from performing, so to speak.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
That's the thing. No, they'll all be
Whatever.
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, so you're not buying that he's retiring.
I don't believe that any actor ever retires.
I don't. They're
Yeah,
actors.
they're
Like,
actors. They want to make it about themselves. There's so many examples of like, oh, this is my last one, and then like 18 months later,
Okay.
wow, I just saw this script, I couldn't say no. You know, it's
Right.
like,
So
no,
you think he'll be like
back.
Michael Jordan back
It
in the
might
4-5?
It
Yeah.
might be 20 years, but all he has to do is decide one day that he wants to do it instead of not, and he can do whatever he wants. He has that ability.
Cam, do you think this will be the last time we see Daniel Day-Lewis?
No, I mean, I don't believe in retirement, especially theater kids. I don't understand I don't understand why we even let him run with this.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
It's a great point.
We
What?
ran with it though. All he did was say it.
that's true. Yeah.
I
We
didn't
ran with it.
I didn't.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just
He
saying.
did do an unusual thing for him, which is he essentially put out a press release that clarified this information, which is unlike Daniel Day-Lewis, who is private and thought to be a bit peculiar. But he,
Nice
through
guy,
his
though.
publicist, I'm sure he's a wonderful man, great actor, released a press release that said, I'm not acting anymore. And he did it before this movie came out, which inevitably meant that a huge part of the narrative of this movie would be, this will be the last time you'll see Daniel Day-Lewis on screen. What about Meryl? She has 20 nominations.
Oh my God.
Wait, but why are where's she going?
Yeah, she's gonna keep working forever. She's on Big Little Lies season 2. Meryl
That's
does not
right.
say no at this
That's
point.
it though, it's Emmys
Yeah.
from here on out.
No,
This is
it's
her
not.
last
I
Oscars
mean-
run.
She did. It appears based on the trailer that she did say no to Mamma Mia, like, whatever, 2.
Yeah, well, that's true. She's smart, but yeah.
Here she won't go again. I mean, it's she's not
a good
not
one.
saying
I liked it.
saying no to everything.
I love a
or
good
yes to
ABBA
everything.
pun. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Do you think that she deserves the nomination for The Post?
Yeah,
so,
what?
yeah.
That's a question?
A question I
She's
asked.
the winner. Who of those? I mean, Sally Hawkins, I adore. I think
Okay.
she's great. But
What about Saoirse? Come on.
Saoirse Ronan is also wonderful.
Yeah.
The thing about Meryl Streep,
I
is that
love her in this movie. Don't yell at
when
me.
Meryl
I'm a fan.
Streep goes wrong,
Yeah.
it's wrong.
I think it's interesting because Meryl has sort of taken the Jack Nicholson role at the ceremony every year now, where there are a lot of
Yep.
smash cuts to her in the audience. There's a lot of genuflecting from people who win and present towards her.
Right.
It's interesting the kind of the place that she's taken. I think a lot of people anticipated that another male actor would fill that role, but clearly she is
It's
the
her.
grande dame
Yeah.
of the
She
Oscars.
shows up.
And she plays into it.
Yes,
She will
and she enjoys
perform
it,
in a
yeah,
room.
yeah.
She's happy to do that.
Do you have a
So-
Meryl imitation that you can do for her?
Oh God. No, not on the spot.
Okay.
The best story. Wait, the best Meryl story I ever have is that I sat next to her at a play once on Broadway,
Wow.
and she did a thing where everyone else would laugh, and she would wait for the whole theater to laugh, and then she unleashes the Meryl laugh, which is like it was incredible. And I was sitting right next to her, and she'd just be like, I was like, oh my God. But also, that's what she does at every awards show. She's just like, I am here to be Meryl Streep, and now I will be Meryl Streep for you.
I'm a little less taken with the Nancy Myersing of
Yeah.
Meryl Streep.
You don't like late Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
She's fantastic as Julia Child, thow.
She is.
And also,
Was
by
that did she use the Julia Child laugh at the play?
no. No. I don't know if anyone else noticed, but she is using Julia Child in the Post, especially at the
Right.
climactic moment where she's like,
interesting.
I've said this before, but when she's like, publish, we're publishing. It's definitely
Yes.
just like she's doing
Julia Child as Mrs. Doubtfire
Yes.
Yeah,
as
it's true.
Catherine
That's really
Graham.
funny.
It's true.
That's really
But
funny.
it was a good movie.
Like
so
the
I enjoyed
Meryl
it.
Hall of Mirrors
Yeah.
all star. Like there's this just like what is it, palimpsest?
Yes.
Where like there's just layers of old
Yes.
Meryl beneath other new Meryl
Yeah.
performances.
Yeah.
This is why she should win.
Because we're so exuberant right now.
Because it's the summary of everything she's ever done in a
That's a good
Spielberg
point.
movie
Yeah.
Yeah.
against Tom Hanks. I don't know. I'm like very into. I'm into the idea of her winning. The captain. I'm into it.
Yeah.
I love everything about it.
She's really this is the best thing she's done since Adaptation, which is my personal favorite
Wow.
Meryl Streep performance.
That would
Okay.
be
It's
up
the
there
best
for me,
thing
too.
she's
it's
done.
It's a
one.
great.
I mean, that is the ballsiest thing she's ever done. It's weird. It's unresolved. It is. There's such a. I mean, I don't want to accuse her of being vain, but there's a degree of vanity. She's become a movie star after resisting being one for so long, and so there's a degree of vanity to some of the late work. That's if you go back and look at something like Out of Africa, is obviously there, but there she's playing a classical Hollywood movie star, right? The point is that by the time she gets to Adaptation, I felt like, this is what, 99? You felt like you had seen all of Meryl Streep's before, and I think I think she probably thought she'd seen all the Meryl Streep's.
Right.
And she gets this great part that lets her play a version of herself and then, like, eat it up.
Yeah.
Like just like cannibalize it.
Right. Riffing on a persona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like by the end of that movie, I just feel like this is a woman who is always, for the most part, trying to find some new place to go. I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis is another person who he's committed to being as interesting and finding some new frontier if he can do it when he takes a part. He won't take a part unless he thinks he can do that.
So Meryl and Daniel Day-Lewis are interesting in that they both have multiple Oscar wins, which is very rare, especially among actors. We know there's only a handful of people who have more than 2 wins. Another performer who has 2 already is Denzel Washington. He has 8 total nominations. His nomination this year, actually for Roman Israel Jr. Esquire.
Roman J.
J.
Israel Esquire, which is probably why nobody saw it.
Definitely a factor. It felt a little bit to me like a Meryl Streep nomination. Like
Yep.
you are
Well
a
done.
member of the...
You're Denzel.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
Denzel. You belong even if the film doesn't always belong.
Right.
You know, this is like the music of my heart in his career.
Ding,
you
ding,
know?
ding, ding, ding. I was just about
Wow.
to say that.
Is that shade?
Maybe.
Well,
It is a music of the heart kind of
Yeah,
movie.
right.
and I think that it's interesting that movie is a little bit, I think, lost to time very quickly. Very few people
Yes.
saw it, even though it was headlined by Denzel. The character is a bit unusual for Denzel. The performance is a little bit more energetic. He's doing a lot. You know, he's making a lot of choices. Usually he's Denzel. He's a movie star, and you're sensing his essence. And this is like a lot of ticks, a lot of touching the face, the mannerisms, the talking, where
The
his eyes
hair,
go.
the suits,
hair.
the glasses,
The
the
headphones.
teeth,
Yeah.
the headphones. I mean, he
Yeah.
just had a lot of toys to play with, and he's not a props actor.
Right.
But I feel like I'm sure that I would love to hear him talk about how all those props and the costumes made him feel playing this guy.
How did they make you feel?
I only saw the movie this week, actually, and I was really taken with it. Like, I before I saw the movie, I assumed it was just the kind of music of the heart, kind of a response to him losing to Casey Affleck, a response to the face that he made when he lost to Casey Affleck.
He can't have thought he was going to win. I mean, you
Yeah,
and I,
I
Sean,
mean,
have talked
totally.
about this, but
But actors
Totally.
always think they're going to win. That's why they're actors.
And that was
of
his
course.
that was his project. That was, him
Yes.
doing August Wilson. I'm sure he
Yeah.
felt that
Also-
maybe he would squeak it out.
In part because there was a Viola movement that was happening
Yes.
too, and
Right.
that could have happened together for the two of them, and in many ways she really
Yeah.
grabbed that.
the thing about Roman J. Israel that I like is that he actually, he showed up. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think
Yeah.
He's trying.
Denzel
Yeah.
has, to me, 2 modes. There's like, it's not even movie star Denzel. It's like, although he did work in the Book of Eli, I will give him that.
He did.
He did work, but the movie didn't. I just think that there are times when he just really relies on his Denzelness, like an American Gangster, for instance.
Yeah.
There's a kind of thing that he knows he can do and to get him through a performance, and sometimes, a lot of the time, he knows he can rely on it, and people will eat that up because he's a movie star. But he's at a point now where, like, I wonder if he feels like he's done it all. He's about to do Iceman, the Iceman Cometh.
Right.
He had done Raisin in the Sun a couple years before he did Fences. I mean, I just think that his commitment to acting.
Yeah, he's done Julius Caesar, Glengarry,
right,
and
I
he's
mean,
now done all
he's-
of the great roles
He
on stage.
wants. I think he really wants to see what else he can do. I I do have to say, I mean, while we're talking about these two people, it's gotta be awful to be Meryl Streep and to go there every year and just lose.
Yeah.
She's lost so many times. It must be, I mean, I'm sure she's used to it, and what more does she need?
She's LeBron.
But
she's always in the finals, and sometimes she wins.